As the first country to salute the sun, we are very excited to start our Global Wellness Day celebrations 2022 with this beautiful Haka Pauhiri dance by the Kappa Haka Dance Group. Let's go see it now.
Happy Global Wellness Day.
Happy Global Wellness Day.
Happy Global Wellness Day.
Happy Global Wellness Day. Happy Global Wellness Day.
Happy Global Wellness Day.
riu o tawanua kia koutou, ka ngaro i te ao. Ngā manuhiti tua, a pautaka manawa o ngā whare maire. Haere kia i tūrangi mamau, i tā rahono ki te pō. Te pō aroa, te pō matira rau, te hei whai ari ki e. Hei te kaupapa o te wā. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Me pare tuku tuku Kwatui a ki runga Kwatui a ki roro tuia He whakata ki tuia He kupu kōrero tuia He whakapapa tuia He aroha tuia He reo ora tuia Ki te whatu manawa Wā te tangata whenua Ki te reo a Ke tonu atu Whiri a te tira ki te horanga tahi he tukuna hu he tukuna tuku e tuku mare tuku 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 e tuku whakawe Poi kiamai Poi whakaturia Poi para titi tai patu patua. Tai patu patu kokiri. Kokiri tabira. Tabira kurta. Kurta runga. Kurta kiamba. Wakarongo ki te reo o te tamaiti noi e Ma te kohanga reo e timata i te korero
Wakarongo ki te reo o te tamaiti noi Ma te kohanga reo e timata i te korero Aramaki kone Ati o te kua Tingina mai te peti tēnā poe Tipu mai te ahuaranga tira
Tēnei te pua
Wai tanga e Tēnei te pua
Mara titi tai patu patua Tai patu kokiri Kokiri tamiro Tamiro kurta Kurta runga Kurta kiamai
Te piko te mauri, tera te tipu o te raka. Wakarongo mai e ne, wakarongo mai e tama. O te roa mo tonu, mo uwhiwhi a maurawea. Wakarongo
E ono ngā tanga e ngā
te maui e uri. Tukua.
We are so excited to welcome our next speaker, Jeremy McCarthy. He is the Group Director of Spa and Wellness for the Mandarin Oriental Group, and he has an experience of 25 years. The workshop name is Intelligent Movement. Let's see how that goes, and let's see how that can benefit your life.
Hello everyone, happy Global Wellness Day. You know, every year Mandarin Oriental Hotel Group celebrates Global Wellness Day by opening the doors of our spas and wellness centers and offering complimentary wellness activities to the local community. And this year, our Global Wellness Day activities are all around the theme of intelligent movement. Why movement? Because humans are designed to move, and wellness and movement go hand in hand. And I don't mean this only from a physical standpoint. I mean, we know that we use our bodies for movement, but our brains have also evolved to help us explore our environment and move our bodies through space. So our brains and our bodies have both evolved to move, and movement is essential to what it means to be a human being. But in the age of technology, most of us are movement deprived. Most of us spend our hours at work, sitting at a desk, staring at a screen, and getting very little movement throughout the day. And unfortunately, in the modern age, leisure time is also becoming increasingly sedentary. So even when we get home from work, our free time doesn't look that much different from the time that we spend in the office, because we come home and we spend a lot of our free time enjoying content and activities on our devices and with technology. So because we spend so much of our time with our bodies inert and our minds glued to technology, we can all easily improve our overall health and well-being by just trying to incorporate a little more movement into our day. Now, intelligent movement is all about taking a moment to think about our lifestyle and consider how we can move more and move better. And moving more is not only about exercise, because we know exercise is good, we know that exercise is very important, but exercising for an hour a day is not enough to counteract the negative impact of being sedentary for up to 8, 10, or even more hours a day. So we have to think about how can we get more movement in during the day. So if you sit a lot at work, you might consider an adjustable standing desk so you can alternate into different positions while working. Or even changing the way that you sit throughout the day can be beneficial. You might try squatting or floor sitting, which can help use different muscles and a different range of motion rather than just staying in your chair all day. And you can find other ways to incorporate more movement into your day by moving your printer or your wastebasket away from your desk. So it forces you to get up out of your chair from time to time and stretch your legs a little bit. Or you can schedule a walking meeting or a standing meeting with one of your colleagues, so you don't spend the whole day just moving from chair to chair to chair. And intelligent movement is not only about moving more, it's also about moving better. And moving better means that we have the ability to move with ease through a broad range of motion, and our bodies can adapt and react to anything that happens. Now, moving better comes from intentional practice. And some of you might have a mind-body practice such as yoga or Pilates, or you might participate in other movement activities such as dance or sports or martial arts. But having a coach or a trainer or even just a movement partner is a great way to improve your overall movement capacity, because another person being there, they can help point out areas where your posture or your mobility or your quality of movement could be improved. And they also push you and encourage you to move more and to bring more intensity and focus into your practice. So I hope this Global Wellness Day has inspired you to get out and move your body, and especially to think about how you can incorporate more and better movement into your own daily life. I really love the tagline for Global Wellness Day. One day can change your whole life. So let today be the day that you start moving more, and it might indeed change your whole life. Thank you very much, and I wish you all a happy Global Wellness Day.
The most common disease throughout the world, the greatest danger facing mankind. Don't think we're talking about a new virus. The name of the most common health problem on Earth is depression, also known as unhappiness. Unhappiness is not a simple problem. It means sleeplessness, stress, poor nutrition, inactivity, obesity, and heart disease. If you think that scientists will solve this problem, then you're wrong, because the solution is in your hands. Millions of people need an inspiring beginning, and the name of that inspiration is Global Wellness Day. Global Wellness Day is a journey of self-discovery where you find that you can change your whole life. Global Wellness Day, which brings together exercise, healthy eating, and spiritual teachings, is a social platform that will raise awareness of well-being. It is a step that can ignite the flame of happiness. Let's change the world together.
Now we would like to take a moment to commemorate Arsha Akdasi, who joined the Global Wellness Day family last year as the Global Wellness Day Ambassador of Iran, showing great enthusiasm to help spread wellness for all. Arsha unfortunately passed away during a stunt filming, and in his loving memory, let's watch his wonderful action-filled 7-step segment from last year's celebration.
In a world where 1 in 10 people live with a mental health disorder, we must take the necessary steps to protect our minds and soul. Here are 7 rules that I suggest you to follow. Number 1, walk for an hour. Number 2, drink more water. Number 3, don't use plastic bottles. Number 4, eat healthy food. Number 5, do a good deed. Number 6, have a family dinner with your loved ones. Number 7, sleep at 10 p.m. And I can promise you, one day can change your whole life.
Free as a bird in the sky, that is what you are. Breathe and you know you're alive. Feel the beat of your heart. My life is a crazy way of turning everything upside down. So move with the time that you have. The world will keep spinning round.
Really powerful, like this is my body and I am awesome. Everyone say I'm awesome.
I am.
Yes, you are. I am awesome.
It's Global Wellness Day.
Today is Global Wellness Day.
Sky, that is what you are. Breathe and you know you're alive. Feel the beat of your heart. My life is a crazy way of turning everything upside down. So move with the time that you have. The world will keep spinning round. Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
što imate wellnessa danas, što
All right, well,
četvrti put za
time now
redom
to
obeležavamo
take-
Svjetski dan wellnessa.
Bueno, tenemos una participación increíble y apenas va comenzando.
Every human being has a very unique thing.
2012 yılında çok basit bir merakla aslında Global Wellness Day dünyaya geldi. Global Wellness Day'i kutlamanın tek bir yolu yok.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today.
I'm very delighted to welcome our next speaker, and she is none other than Belkin Aksoy, the founder of Global Wellness Day. We wouldn't have today without her. It is her vision and mission to spread wellness all around the world. And Global Wellness Day has been around in the market since 2012 with a network of 130 ambassadors and key supporters in the world, and it is growing year by year. Today, Belkin is going to guide us in a workshop and a talk called Enhance Your Life. Let's see how that goes, and let's see how this can benefit you.
Beautiful people all over the world who set their heart on wellness. My dear companions celebrating Global Wellness Day with enthusiasm and the motto, one day can change your whole life. I greet you all with love. Global Wellness Day journey that I started as a single person years ago has turned into a union where 500 million people around the world walk the same path as me. I am a very lucky person indeed, because I have the largest family in the world. I cherish you all. I'm so happy that we are together under the umbrella of Global Wellness Day. I'm here today to talk about life, perhaps the most important word in the dictionary. Life. Average 72 years, about 26,250 days, 473 million breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Between the start and the finish line, we all live with about 500 million breaths. 500 million breaths seems like an endless loan at first. However, as those who lived through the last days of their lives often express, what we call life passes in the blink of an eye. What we call life is not very long. Therefore, live well, eat right, move a lot, maintain your physical, mental, and spiritual balance, spend your life productively. These are the things we always say and you often hear. Today, I go deeper in order to integrate 500 million breaths. I want to shed a light on another part of wellness, living meaningfully. A quote from Mark Twain, in my opinion, has left its mark on history. Twain says, the two most important days in your life are the day you're born and the day you find out why. I think that there is no one among us who does not know the day he was born. If you found out why you were born, in other words, if you live a meaningful life with a certain mission, then you are really lucky. You are one of the privileged people. Why did I come to this life? What is my purpose in life? I can dedicate my whole life in this world to ... What I am wasting my time for? Pursuing what really makes me who I am. Let's admit, few people ask themselves these questions and seek answers. I would like our meeting today to be a small part of your life purpose, a reminder, or if possible, an inspiration. That's why I'm aiming to take you on a short mind journey about meaningful living. If we approach subjects we call life within the framework of genetics, we can simplify our existence in life. Each of us is passing on our best traits to next generation through our DNA. That will be useful to evolution. This is what we call genetic inheritance. Could human life just be a small drop in the sea of evolution? In theory, yes. In practice, of course not. There is a fundamental feature that distinguishes human beings, that is us, from other living things. It is ourselves that we build moment by moment, the value that ourselves add to life, our traits that can continue even after our death. The issue of leaving a mark on life has been attributed to great artists, investors, or political leaders for centuries. Why not for a housewife, a teacher, or a cashier? Building an impactful and inspiring life should not be about the work we do, our social standing, or our personal wealth. Being able to shine a light on at least our relatives, even one person, is about living meaningfully. Only then we can say, 500 million breaths. I lived such a life, it was worth every breath I took. Let's play a short game of 5 questions and answers with you now. Let's change your perspective and bring you closer to your life purpose. Question number 1. If you did not have income problems in your life, so say the obligation of earning money, would you continue to do what you do, or would you do a different job? Question number 2. What would that different job be? Where? For whom? What would you do? At the end of this talk, I would like to return to these 2 questions and think about them for a while. To these 2 basic answers, you should add the following questions. What is the most obvious difference that separates you from other people? What characteristics do your friends and relatives talk about when describing you? And on what subject do they consult you? Now, I can't say that these 5 questions and answers will help you find your life purpose in an instant, but I'm sure of this. Thinking about it will bring you closer to the conclusion. All over the world, I know people who have found their life purpose and dedicate every day to achieving that goal. These people realize that they are valuable individuals to the world. That's why they take good care of their bodies, minds, and spirits. Eating right gives them energy. Exercise not only strengthens their bodies, but also their minds. And meditation keeps them calm and alive in their struggle for life. And gratitude helps maintain their frequency. Thinking positively reinforces their determination. Let's open a separate parenthesis on the importance of positive thinking right here. As the whole world, we have experienced serious traumas in the last 2 years. COVID has negatively affected our work, our social life, our freedom of traveling. And while leaving COVID behind, we started 2022 with the economic shocks of the pandemic. Added to this was war, a human drama. Wellness begins in the mind. The beginning of everything is thought. We need positive thinking. In other words, choosing joy more than ever. As Global Wellness Day, we realized this need at the beginning of the year and determined our theme for 2022 with Think Magenta, which reminds people that rather than being optimistic, being realistic and choosing joy is not really that difficult. The official color of Global Wellness Day, magenta, is the most striking of the color family. It is noticeable even from the farthest distance. It gives you energy at the moment you see it. It changes your mood, invites you to revive. And as Global Wellness Day, throughout 2022, we celebrate this special day with the hashtag ThinkMagenta. We invite you to Think Magenta. We recommend simple but effective affirmations. we remind you that wellness begins in the mind. There are 8 billion people around the world. To me, every person is special and unique. We all have unique potential. However, the number of people who realize their potential is far below what it should be. Wherever I see someone who is unhappy and exhausted, I know this. The real problem is that that person has not found their purpose in life yet. Dear wellness lovers, let today be a milestone. It is possible to choose joy and have a meaningful life. No matter how old and where you are, you can make your life more valuable. You can realize your potential and leave a unique mark on the world. As we always say, one day can change your whole life, and that day can turn into every day in your life. Happy Global Wellness Day.
What's up, guys? Jason Silva here from National Geographic's Brain Games. Now, I am very excited about Global Wellness Day. We need it more than ever. I came across a statistic recently from the United Nations that said that 800,000 people now per year kill themselves globally. That is a larger number than the amount of people that die from natural disasters and armed conflict combined. So your greatest risk factor to yourself now is not terrorism, it's not natural disasters, it's literally your own mind. Anxiety and depression have reached epidemic levels, and what is needed now more than ever are the tools to take stewardship of internal life, to redirect the contents of consciousness from anxiety, from depression, to spaces of bliss, transformation, gratitude, and awe. Whether this is through mindfulness, meditation, whether this is through yoga, whether this is through talk therapy, or a host of other interventions and techniques, Global Wellness Day is about bringing this awareness, celebrating our capacity to intervene, to take control of our consciousness, and make ourselves a better species, turn ourselves into something more. We can do this. We must not be fatalistic. We must not succumb to despair. We must embrace our capacity to reprogram ourselves and raise the stage within which we operate. So I am quite excited about Global Wellness Day, and let's do this.
Next up, we have a thrilling performance parachute jump from Cengiz Kocak. And he holds 2 world records participating multi-way jump from a cliff in Norway. And he is the first and the only person to do a minaret jump and a live jump from the Galata Tower. So that's very exciting. Today, he's going to be partnered up with Ferdy Troy. Let's go see his parachute jump now.
Hello! Happy Global Wednesday! Now we are in Babada, and also we are in the cable car for sure. And this area is called Babada Telepheric, and you are gonna see Ölüdeniz Beach, but not now, but you are gonna see when you see. We don't want to share the information about the things that we are gonna do, so you're gonna wait to see what's coming. The only thing that I should say now is that my name is Cengiz Kocak. I am also ambassador for Turkey for Global Wednesday, and my friend Ferdi Toy, he flies also with the Global Wednesday wingsuit. And Ali,
unconscious Ali.
You call him in Turkish Şuursuz Ali. Everyone knows him. In English, almost translation is like unconscious Ali. It's because, not because of his unconsciousness, it's because of the things that he does. Looks like for normal people like unconscious. And this is Hasan. Hasan is one of the pilots in Ölüdeniz, and this guy is called Kopil. We call him Kopil. He comes from the co-pilot because he's kind of newbie around us, and he's gonna. I don't know what he's gonna do with us now, but he's
gonna do something good.
Yeah, he'll do something. So also, there is someone. She's gonna help us with the video. She's attached to Pelin. Then, so you can see the scenery. Just come over here. Show that. And then we are gonna fly to there. See you. It's a bit technical. Then I have to make the briefing in Turkish. But anyways, we have decided not to tell what we are gonna do. This guy is gonna carry a reserve parachute on his front. And why? The first answer is why not? And the second is because he's unconscious.
Happy Global Wednesday! Happy Global Wednesday!
Next up, we have Celine Persentili Aro, who is going to be guiding us in a workshop called The Art of Happiness and Positive Psychology. We all know that happiness and positive psychology is important for our wellness. Celine is the founder of Sunshine Projects, branding with 20 plus years experience. And she is also the Global Wellness. She's also the proud member of a Global Wellness Institute. And she's lived in New York, she lived everywhere around the world. And now she's going to be sharing this beautiful talk and this beautiful workshop with us to really help us understand why the art of happiness and positive psychology is important for our wellness. Let's go and join her.
Hello everybody, happy Global Wellness Day. It's a great pleasure to be with you on this amazing day celebrating wellness with 300 million all around the world. I'm incredibly honored, happy and excited to be together with you. This year's themes for Global Wellness Day was Think Magenta. It rises against the difficulties and negativity that we live in our life and reminds us there's great positivity, joy and color that we can add to our lives. Based on this theme, I'd like to share with you the Art of Happiness method. What is the art of happiness? It's a method based on science as well as bridging together East and West. It's a method that is driven from the studies of Howard Cutler together with Dalai Lama as well as Martin Seligman, known as the father and founder of positive psychology, known as the science of human happiness. The method draws from the Dalai Lama's wisdom that is rooted in 2,600 years of Buddhism principles and practices, as well as modern day science based on neuroscience and positive psychology. So what is the aim of this method? It's really based on increasing the human happiness levels as well as self-awareness and consciousness in ripple effect, increasing overall well-being of the society. But most importantly, decreases anxiety, negativity and depression, which in the last 40 years unfortunately increased by 400% all around the world. There are three fundamental principles to this method. Number one is that the key to happiness is you. You need to study on yourself, have self-development, be self-conscious about what makes you happy and choose positive thoughts. The second one is a learnable and trainable skill. So you can work on your mind when you find yourself in a negative situation to choose the positive path. It is a skill that you can learn in time. And the third and the most important one is happiness is contagious. So once you smile, it has a ripple effect on everyone around you. It increases their happiness by 9%. So in a world that we have so much difficulty and negativity, it's our really duty to make sure that we work on ourselves to increase our happiness levels and then in ripple effect affect the society. What are the sources of happiness? There are intentional activities that we can do to increase our happiness levels. These include physical activity, having healthy, nutritious food, getting a good night's sleep, having strong social relationships, being grateful, and one of the most important tools is meditation. So I'd like to take you through a mini meditation session.
Imagine you're surrounded by pink flowers all around you, giving you joy, peace, and happiness. Slowly close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax, letting go. Keep breathing as you feel the summer breeze on your skin. Imagine the birds singing on top of the trees or flying high into the sky. Flowers are all around you, giving you joy, peace and happiness. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in. Feel your heart expanding. Exhale, relaxing, letting go. Trusting that the nature always supports you. Take a deep breath in and exhale.
Now slowly open your eyes and remember that the key to happiness is you. Always choose your well-being, have the ripple effect for your social well-being and the environment. So I say yes to Happy Global Wellness Day.
We're so excited to welcome Gal Rotman and Armil Alroy on stage. And Gal is a CEO and co-founder of Sensi, and Armir is a co-founder of WellTech Ventures. Both of them are going to be sharing with you how technology can drive healthy life for anyone, anywhere. Let's go and check it out.
Hi, my name is Amir. It's my privilege to be the ambassador of the Global Wellness Day again for another year in Israel. I personally love the Think Magneta philosophy and practice it every day. Think positive, live your life to the extreme, be optimist. Hope, passion, and commitment are key points. I love Dr. Ben Shachar's Israeli author and lecturer quote, "Attaining lasting happiness requires that we enjoy the journey on our way towards a destination we deem valuable. Happiness is not about making it to the peak to the mountain, nor is it about climbing aimlessly around the mountain. Happiness is the experience of climbing towards the peak." These days, I run a wellness innovation fund in Israel. We invest in Israeli tech, wellness innovation, and to keep and maintain people healthy. We try to invest in companies that maintain our health and do impact in our stressful world. One of those companies is Sensi, and let me introduce Gal, Sensi's CEO and co-founder. Have a happy Global Wellness Day.
Thank you very much, Amir. It's such a great pleasure to be invited by you as one of the leading ambassadors in the wellness ecosystem in Israel, and it's a great pleasure to be here with all the community of the Wellness Global Summit. I'm really happy to be here, and we at our company, we want to help people, to drive people to live a better life, to be more active, to be more balanced, and actually to be more healthy. And we do that thanks to the technology, and we want to enable our unique technology to each and every people around the world, so they can just be more healthy, take care about their wellness, and live a happier life. So thank you again to inviting me, and enjoy the rest of the session.
So have a happy Global Wellness Day.
Hi everyone, I'm Tamar from Sensi. Here's a short routine you can do on a daily basis to release all that tension from your body. So we're gonna start with some shoulder back rolls. We're gonna do 10 of these. That's a 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and last one. Now we're going to try and do that forward. 1, 2, 3. Always breathe. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do some head turns. So I'm gonna go through the side, into the middle, I'm gonna bring my chin to my chest, and to the other side. We're gonna do 5 of these. That's a 2, 3, 4, last one. Now all the way to the back. So we're gonna go through the back, looking up to the ceiling. That's a 2, 3, 4, and last one. Next is some spine twists. I know it sounds scary, but I promise you it's not. It's gonna feel great. So we're gonna have a wider stance, and we're gonna turn to the back while we use our back leg as an axis. Try to feel that squeeze in your spine. 3, 4, we're gonna do 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one. Let's take it to a hip width stand. So from here, we're gonna roll back, roll down. Chin to the chest. Roll the spine all the way to the floor. Try to keep your knees as straight as possible. And let's go up, curve back, head last. And again, chin to the chest, all the way down. And let's stay here for a few seconds. Try to feel that weight pulling you down. Don't forget your knees, keep them straight. And let's roll back up. head goes last. That's it, guys.
Our next speaker is Joelle Curry, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce her because she's going to be talking about family connections and how they affect individual wellness and contribute to our theme, Think Magenta. Joelle is a family and child specialist at Zulal Wellness Resort, Shiva Som, and is a passionate humanitarian and brings with her years of experience in clinical psychology, education, and psychosocial work. Her background areas include counseling and conducting and generating research in child and youth services. And this makes her instrumental in being able to provide child development and parenting skills. Over to you, Joelle.
Happy Global Wellness Day. The anxiety is on the rise, affecting everyone, from children to older adults. Uncertainties, global pandemic, and other factors are contributing to this. So, how families or what families can do to ensure that they are preserving their mental well-being, especially in regards to their children? It's basically stepping one step back and going back to the basics. It's about enjoying the simple activity of life that they usually do unconsciously during their day. For instance, enjoying a meal together, sitting once per week or more for a dinner or lunch together whenever it's possible, or even cooking a meal together, which turns out to be a fun activity despite that it's messy, but it will enhance the bonding between the different family members. As well, setting maybe a family night during the week where they can sip a cup of tea or watch a movie together, read a book, or even attend an event outside of their house where they will be just enjoying sharing memories together. Maybe just exercising, going a walk around the neighborhood, maybe working on their garden. It's just keep things simple and doing some movement so they can keep exercising, doing activities as a family. And it's just really about enjoying the simple activities that each family knows what are their hobbies, what are their preferences, but the importance is to set a routine and to set a ritual for themselves as a family. So rituals are a key element into reducing the anxiety and reducing the stress. So rituals will allow different family members to feel that they belong to a bigger group, that they belong to their family, to the unity of their family, and it will help them to feel a sense of commonality, a sense of belonging. So rituals is a very important element to have in each family to ensure that they are reducing the anxiety and the daily stress that each one of them will be facing and will be living, especially the children, with all the uncertainties, even in their schools and in their social connections, so they might as well feel stressed. So reaching a family wellness is basically ensuring that each family member will have his individual needs and wishes fulfilled under the family unit. So basically it's about the connectedness, it's about the relationship, it's about the communication that is established under the family unit. So having a bonding experience, having a close relationship that will allow different members to feel that they are supported, to feel that they are part of a circle of support and a circle of trust. So it's basically about the emotional bonding that will allow each person, whenever they feel stressed and whenever they feel the need of just opening up to someone, they know that they can rely back on their families as a family unit. So basically it's all around sharing the same activities, sharing the same rituals, and ensuring to keep an open flow of communication and relationship that will support the individual well-being and the individual wellness to reduce the stress and the anxiety. So wellness is basically an ecological concept where my individual well-being, my individual wellness is affected by the family, my family well-being and wellness, which is affected as well by the bigger picture, which is the society and community wellness and well-being. They are all affecting each other. So we need, as individuals and as part of members of families and societies, to ensure that we are influencing positively where we live, so it will come back positively on us, to ensure that I live in a healthy environment that supports my mental health and my mental well-being. So healthy families ensure that each individual and each member of this family is somehow taking part of the family, but he has his own space, his own freedom inside this bigger unit, in order for each individual to reach his own magenta. So think magenta and happy Global Wellness Day.
Thank you, Joelle. We know how important family connections are. We now hand over to Professor Nuruddin Melekeki, who is a fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Scientists and is a professor of physics and serves as the Dean of the Kennedy College of Scientists at the University of Massachusetts, Lowell. Nuruddin works on the development of approaches for the early detection of laser spectroscopic signatures of cancers and Alzheimer's disease, and as a member of the NASA's Mars mission, contributes to the analysis of the spectroscopic data collected by the chemistry camera and the SuperCam instruments on board the Curiosity and Perseverance rovers. He's now going to talk to us about self-wellness and the environment. Over to you, Professor.
Good morning, good afternoon, possibly good evening, and maybe even good night for some of you, depending where you are on this band of hours. Today, I want to share with you some thoughts about wellness. I think you would agree with me that the vast majority of us have thought at one point in time, and maybe more than one, about how we feel, about physically, maybe psychologically, maybe economically and financially, and others. So wellness has different perspectives. You can look at it from different perspectives. But I'm here to tell you, at least in my opinion, a lot of things about wellness depends on you. And you can control quite a lot of the things that actually make you feel good about yourself and good about what you do. And wellness is not, in my opinion, just limited to the person, to the physical being. Can feel well by helping others feeling well. Wellness can be contagious. Just like smiling can be contagious. But wellness also, I think, helps all of us. When we feel good about ourselves, when we feel that we are comfortable with ourselves and what we want to do, I think we enhance our chances of living a better life, of maybe reaching our dreams and goals. So wellness enhances those chances. But wellness is not limited just to one person. It's not limited just to you. It can't be just individual. We live in society where we interact constantly with people, with the environment around us. So I will share with you what I suggest to you, that wellness also is part of wellness is to make sure that the space that we live in is also feeling good. Not just the people, but also the environment in which we live, i.e. our planet, the animals, the trees, everything that we live in around us. Because when we take care of our environments, environments will take care of us. When we take care of our community and we add even a little bit, our community will take care of us. And we need to realize that we live on one planet, all of us, and be good to each other and helping everybody feeling good, is something that will help all of us feel better. So I want to thank you for listening to me, and I want to say Happy Global Wellness Day. Cheers. This is a drink called Raib in Algeria, and it's very, very good. Figure it out what it is, Raib.
Thank you, Professor. That certainly gives us some food for thought. We now go over to our next speaker, who is one of my favorite wellness pioneers, Anna Bergström from Sweden, who has 25 years in the wellness industry and is wellness pioneer for Six Senses and Raison d'être. She's a leader in the wellness industry and is both a shaman, biogeometry diploma with a master's degree in finance, and has a passion for quantum physics and science. I love her biohacks, and she's been with Six Senses since 2013. She focused specifically on community, sleep, nutrition, and integrated wellness and spas, and right now is pioneering initiatives in the wellness industry with biohacking and longevity. Over to you, Anna. We really look forward to hearing what your pioneering wellness in a brave world is all about.
Happy Global Wellness Day. Thank you for being here, for showing up on a day that is so incredibly important, because I truly believe that wellness is what's going to save this world in so many ways. We need to be well. We need to be well to be able to combat whatever comes at us when it comes to diseases or anything else. We also need to be well to take good decisions, because if we're unwell, we often take unwell decisions. So I think being well and showing up on the Global Wellness Day and actually standing up for wellness is something that is incredibly important. And in this day and time, pioneering wellness is difficult in this world because we are in between so many parameters. We're talking about technology. How much technology do we get? About nature. How do we get nature when we're not sustainable? About ourselves. But how can we be kind to ourselves when our minds are racing with all the fear porn we're getting every day? It is a difficult thing to pioneer wellness in this day and time. So I want to take this opportunity to just give you a couple of tips. And don't forget the basics. Sometimes we love to have shortcuts of going somewhere, but we need to do the basics. And I'll talk about what the basics are. First of all, with basics, you need to figure out your sleep. You need to sleep 7 to 8.5 hours every night. Now, I was just today talking to Professor Stephen Lockley at Harvard, who said the most important thing also, apart from sleep, is to try to go to sleep and wake up at the same time every day. Your circadian rhythm actually determines every cell in your body and how they are. So trying to do things at the same time, being going to bed and waking up at the same time, is really something that is good for your health. The second thing is to move. Scientists have said that if you move 30 minutes a day, and it could be a brisk walk, it could be yoga, it could be rigorous training, then you have protected both your body and your brain. 30 minutes a day is not too much, but many of us don't. So just try to move 30 minutes a day. Second one is, of course, food, and you're going to hear a lot about that today. Nurture yourself with things that makes you grow, because everything you eat will get into your body and make you to grow to who you are to become. So think about that when you make a choice to what to put into your mouth. Now, another basic is your mind, your brain. It needs to be protected. One thing that I love doing is not watching the news. News come to you anyway because people talk, but not watching the news is really good. But also find yourself a mindfulness practice, and everyone is different. A lot of people nowadays has gone to breath work. Breath work is awesome and it really helps to slow down the mind. Other ones do meditation or gong bath. All of these that you usually can practice and experience during the Global Wellness Day and find your way. But find a brain mindfulness practice, because research has shown that for those of us who did meditation before the pandemic has mentally managed to persevere through the pandemic much better than the ones that didn't. And those that learned how to meditate or find a mindful practice during the pandemic also came out on a better way than those who didn't. So learn a mindfulness practice. And then the last thing is to be in nature every day. Every day find 15 minutes to be in nature. So that's the basic. Now, we also have some more advanced, I would say, supplementation. Take supplementation. And then what I want to talk about for my last couple of seconds is also biohacks. There are a lot of cool biohacks out there. My favorite ones is blue blocking glasses at night. That makes me help and to sleep. You can buy them anywhere. Another one is infrared. I love infrared because it detoxifies you in so many different ways. It strengthens you. Another thing that I do is cryotherapy. Not everyone can go to a cryotherapy chamber. So I shower cold, and research has shown that if you shower cold for 11 minutes in a week, so you can do it in times, that's very beneficial and boosts your immune system. Other things, I have a massage gun. So whenever I feel pain, I use that on myself and pain goes away. So you have lots of hacks that you can use. But most of all, the most important thing on this happy Global Wellness Day is for you to do the basics. That means sleep, eat, move, nature, and find a mindfulness practice. If you do that, you're going to be well. Happy Global Wellness Day.
The main objective of Global Wellness Day is to show humanity that wellness is not a luxury but a necessity, the right of every individual. The fundamental purpose of Global Wellness Day is to make us aware of the value of our lives, to bring together the nations in an inspiring mission on the second Saturday of June every year.
Thank you, Anna. Always a pleasure to hear you talk. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the Global Director of Wellbeing from Accor, Aldina Duarte Ramos. Aldina is also a Global Wellness Day Ambassador from France and is going to be talking about breath work. Breathing is everything. We look very forward to that. Aldina is also the ambassador of the Bleu Blanc Cœur Association and is a yin yoga and face yoga teacher as well as a coach on nutrition and positive psychology. She has experience in heavy industry, fashion and the cosmetic world as well, and works with 4-dimension brand pillars from the Accor: sleep, nutrition, sport and care. Over to you, Aldina. We look forward to hearing what you have to say.
Hello, this is Aldina, Global Wellness Ambassador for France. Today, I want to walk you through the power of breathing, and I would like you to understand and feel how your breath is your superpower. Aujourd'hui, j'aimerais vous faire comprendre et ressentir à quel point votre respiration est un super pouvoir. Right, so we're going to do 2 exercises, 2 practices. Nous allons faire 2 courts exercices. The first one, you just breathe in through the nose and breathe out with your throat, with a ha, right? So you breathe in through the nose and breathe out with the throat, like this. Vous inspirez par le nez et vous expirez par la gorge, comme si vous deviez souffler sur une vitre. When you breathe out, when you exhale, it's as if you were breathing on a window, you know, with a to produce that exact sound, right? So let's do it. Breathe in and out. 2 more times. Inhale. Again. This technique, this practice, just enables you to release the tensions immediately. Cette technique vous permet de tout de suite lâcher les tensions immédiatement. Et le fait d'utiliser le souffle par la gorge, le fait d'expirer par la gorge, pousse en fait tout le stress. Vous évacuez tout d'un coup. Okay? This enables you to evacuate any stress and enables you to feel grounded. You are here and now. En faisant cette petite respiration, vous êtes dans l'ici et le maintenant. Vous êtes dans le présent. Faites ceci 3 fois, un cycle de 3 fois, et vous pouvez le faire jusqu'à 3 fois, donc c'est-à-dire 9 fois. Ok? Ça, c'est pour la première pratique. Second practice. So, it's as well very simple. La deuxième pratique est également très simple. You just breathe in through the nose and breathe out with your mouth, but imagine you have a straw in your mouth. So your exhale is really slow and deep. Pour cet exercice, vous allez inspirer par le nez et expirer par la bouche, mais de manière très profonde. Et pour cela, vous allez imaginer que vous avez une paille sur votre bouche, enfin dans votre bouche. Ça vous aidera à bien rythmer la respiration. Cette respiration vous aidera à contrôler votre mental et apaiser vos tensions également. Vous allez, j'espère, arriver à un espace de plénitude. With this exercise, you will just control your mind and your brain and just feel serenity. So let's try. So you just breathe in through the nose and out through your mouth. Remember, as if you had a straw in your mouth. Breathe in and out. Then we will do this exercise with a smile on your face. Just breathe in, inhale, smile. So smile in, exhale, love out. Again, breathe in, smile in. Exhale, love out, and spread the love, guys. Again, breathe in, smile in. Breathe out. Love out. Deep and slow. Again. Smile in. Love out. Deep and slow. Vous inspirez par le nez profondément, vous expirez par la bouche profondément. Vous inspirez en souriant et vous expirez, vous diffusez la joie. Parfait. Vous répétez cet exercice 20 fois. This is a cycle of 20 breaths, right? In and out. And you're done, guys. I want to know everything about this practice. Tell me how you feel. Is it easy? Not easy? Was it effective? Je veux tout savoir sur cette practice. Je veux que vous me disiez si vous avez aimé et je veux que vous me disiez si c'était facile à faire et ce que vous me recommandez pour la prochaine fois pour qu'on améliore cette respiration et qu'on améliore ce partage. Merci, à bientôt et n'oubliez pas, le Global Wellness Day, c'est pas une seule journée, c'est tous les jours de l'année. Mais j'espère qu'avec cet exercice, vous pourrez continuer à respirer de manière simple, efficace, tous les jours. À bientôt!
What's up, guys? Jason Silva here from National Geographic's Brain Games. Now, I am very excited about Global Wellness Day. We need it more than ever. I came across a statistic recently from the United Nations that said that 800,000 people now per year kill themselves globally. That is a larger number than the amount of people that die from natural disasters and armed conflict combined. So your greatest risk factor to yourself now is not terrorism, it's not natural disasters, it's literally your own mind. Anxiety and depression have reached epidemic levels, and what is needed now more than ever are the tools to take stewardship of internal life, to redirect the contents of consciousness from anxiety, from depression, to spaces of bliss, transformation, gratitude, and awe. Whether this is through mindfulness, meditation, whether this is through yoga, whether this is through talk therapy, or a host of other interventions and techniques, Global Wellness Day is about bringing this awareness, celebrating our capacity to intervene, to take control of our consciousness, and make ourselves a better species, turn ourselves into something more. We can do this. We must not be fatalistic. We must not succumb to despair. We must embrace our capacity to reprogram ourselves and raise the stage within which we operate. So I am quite excited about Global Wellness Day, and let's do this.
Thank you, Aldina. That was terrific. And now over to our next speaker, Niels Behrens. Niels is the Chief Marketing Officer of the Lanserhof Group, which has been for the past 3 decades combining traditional naturopathy with cutting-edge medicine. Niels is busy with the expansion of the Lanserhof Group from 1 location to currently 5, and the newest resort will open in 2022 on the exclusive North Island of Zilt. Today, Niels is going to speak to us about 7 rules of a happy, healthy life. Over to you, Niels.
It's Global Wellness Day 2022. So, welcome to the Global Wellness Day. And I just want to say that the Global Wellness Day is probably more important than ever, because nowadays we are really knowing what a healthy, happy life means. At the end, there's just 7 factors, which are so important for a good, long and healthy life. And Global Wellness Day is more or less providing all of these seven factors. Number 1 is a positive attitude. And honestly, how couldn't you get a positive attitude if you're joining the Global Wellness Day? The movement of the Global Wellness Day is already a commitment. It's a yes to a positive, healthier lifestyle. So you could say positive attitude, check. Number 2 is the balanced diet. In many places all over the world, you are learning through the Global Wellness Day how important a healthy, balanced diet is. There are so many places where they're offering healthy meals to show you how joyful a good and healthy diet could be. And this could, for many, many people, a starting point to change their diet, ideally to a vegetarian, better vegan style. And again, Global Wellness Day can provide you the knowledge for that. So, balanced diet, check. Number 3 is physical fitness. This is probably the most common offer you have at the Global Wellness Days. In many, many places, you're doing yoga exercises, Pilates, or any other kind of physical education to see how much fun it could be, how joyful the feeling is after a physical education, after a session together with other people. This is something you're learning at Global Wellness Day. So, physical fitness, check. Number 3. The next one is a healthy sleep. Healthy sleep is something you could in many, many cases learn. And there are also places all over the world where people are learning from the experts what it means to have a healthy sleep. Healthy sleep could be in very many cases so easily can be learned so easily due to things like reducing screen consumption in the last 2 hours, reducing stress, calming down, making meditation, breathing exercises. These are all things which could be learned at the Global Wellness Days. So the key for healthier sleep is at the Global Wellness Days. So again, check. Conscious breathing is my important point, number 5. You know, with breathing, it is a little bit like driving a car. Most people thinking they are doing it pretty well, but it's not true. For the cars, we know it 100%. Just go out to the street and you see how the people are driving their cars. And I just can tell you from our experience at Lanserhof that also so many people are not breathing in the right way. So due to this, learning how to breathe, listen to your body, listen to your breathing. This is something which is provided very often together with the yoga sessions or other sessions, breathing sessions, meditations. All these things are provided at Global Wellness Days. So again, point number 5, conscious breathing, check. The next point is relaxation. And relaxation is especially nowadays so important, that you're calming down, that you have your moments for yourself, self-care moments. And these moments are really precious. And at the end, Global Wellness Days is one of this precious moment where you're really focusing on just one thing, yourself. My second point is probably for the most people the most surprising one, but there's a study, it is the longest study which ever have taken place in the whole world. It's called the Harvard Grant Study. The Harvard Grant Study is something where they have made a study what it means to have a long and healthy, happy life. And the number one factor is probably surprising, but at the end it's not. It's good social contacts, good social relationships. When you have good social relationships, you having a longer, happier life. And what should I say? Global Wellness Day never take place for someone at home alone. It always is part of a community. It is something you are sharing, you are doing with other people, you're meeting other people. If you don't have good social contacts yet, probably you will find them on the Global Wellness Day, because 100% these people are sharing the same right values. So, Belgium, I just want to say thank you to you. Thank you for inventing the Global Wellness Day. Thank you for all your power, your engagement you have done for the last years. And I just can say to you, congratulations to this initiative. And thank you for listening to me. And I hope I can also provide a little bit help to spread the good news, the healthier lifestyle in all over the world. So thank you, Belgium, and thank you for listening.
It's Global Wellness Day!
Today is Global Wellness Day and Daybreaker.
I am awesome. Everyone say I'm awesome.
I am!
Yes, you are. I am awesome.
I say yeah!
Thank you, Niels, for those fantastic tips. It now gives me great pleasure to give you the preamble to our next slot. Master Shi Heng Yi, headmaster of the Shaolin Temple of Europe. His topic is merging body and mind the Shaolin way. During last year's Global Wellness Day celebration, Master Shi Heng Yi joined us with his amazing Merging Body and Mind the Shaolin Way segment. This segment received such overwhelming rave reviews that we just wanted to share it with our viewers once again. Master Shi Heng Yi is the headmaster of the Shaolin Temple Europe, located in Germany, and belongs to the 35th generation of Shaolins. His way of merging the body and the mind on a practical session is done with a guided movement and breathing technique. And he will introduce this fundamental practice on how we align ourselves for achieving improved vitality, better health, and faster regeneration. Synchronization of breathing and movement has been used by Shaolin monks for centuries as a method to enhance not only the efficiency of the physical body, but also the depth of internal practices. Over to you, Master Shi Heng Yi.
Hello everyone, and welcome you all to this happy Global Wellness Day. I'm very glad being able to share with you some introduction into the Shaolin arts today. May these sharings bring benefit to all beings today and of all times. Our body is regarded as the vehicle that transports us from place to place. Therefore, a great amount of time is dedicated to the practice and exploration of ourselves. Before we are going into the training where you are greatly invited to join in, let me give you a short introduction where I am coming from. When is the time that I can influence my life? When is the time that I can direct my life? It is exactly now. The greatest challenge, but also the most difficult one, that will bring out the most outstanding discoveries, is to cultivate and master yourself. To regain control, we must train the mind to be more present, to live in the here and now, and to find the answers within ourselves. To perceive every moment as they are, and to feel the most subtle changes within. To continuously work on it. That is the essential practice. What does my body, what do my feelings want to tell me right now? The martial art is an instrument able to teach us many things about ourselves and about the way of life. All practices have one single goal: to regain balance. Starting step by step with the small things in life, and to implement these principles with the purpose of bringing out the best of ourselves. The master guides the way, but the student walks it. Before we are starting with the practice, put your hands in front of the chest and bring your awareness back to your body. Feel the spine and bow. Even if this is just going to be a 10-minute practice, it is very important before we are starting with any exercises. Number one, bring your awareness back to the body. The first section that we're practicing right now is in order to release tension and open the body. So therefore, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. when you are inhaling, try to fill up the complete volume of the lungs. In and out. 4 more times. In and out. Don't forget the spine, keep it straight. Inhale and exhale. And one more time. In and out. Now we are switching our stance a little bit more wide. This is the so-called horse stance, the Mabu. So it looks like you're sitting on a horse. Now keep some power in the legs. Pay attention to your structure, that the butt does not watch out. So keep the body straight. At the same time, we're inhaling and exhale. Now push yourself up on the toes. Inhale, go down. Exhale, up. Push yourself on the toes. And down. And up. So let's go together 18 times from here. 1. Exhale, up. Now push yourself on the toes. 2. Up. 3. Up. 4. And up. 5. The back straight. Up. 6. Up. 7. And up. 8. And up. Both feet facing to the front. 1. And up. 2. And up. 3. And up. 4. And up. 6 more. 5. 6. Up. 7. 8. 9. 10. And last one. And relax. Bring the feet together, shake off the legs. And now slowly bring in some more movement into the body. Easiest way is just to jump. So very lightly, just jump. Then at the same time, we can also practice bring in shoulder movement, arm movement, synchronized with the body. And go 36 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Now, shoulder, chest, opening up, loosening up the chest area. Feet around shoulder wide. The small finger touches the chest. And now leave the shoulders and the elbow down and start to move upwards. 1. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. And up. And 4 more. 1. Out. 2. 3. And 4. Okay. Now to rotate the spine a bit. Yes, loosen up the spine. Go. Shoulder wide, double shoulder wide, and rotate slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And back to the center. Inhale 3 more times. Two. One more time. 3. And large movement. Inhale. And exhale. Place the hands below your navel. With the mind, feel the sensation here under the palms. Concentrate on the center. Breathe 3 times. Inhale. Two. In. And last time, inhale. And Release the hands. Return back to the center. And every session that we are training, there is a beginning, there's the training part, and there's also a closing. Therefore, bring the hands back to the center and bow. So unfortunately, time is too short to give you more practices and give you more training. But what I wanted to show you today is it's good to talk about wellness. It's good and very important to also have the wellness for the mind. But one way of how to express this wellness certainly is due to the vitality and the level of, let's say, energy that your body has. Have a nice day and see you one day again.
Happy Global Wellness Day, everybody. Think magenta. This is Kim Marshall. I am privileged to be one of the original Global Wellness Day ambassadors. Back in 2014, I helped Belgin Aksoy launch her celebration into an international event. And I'm also the co-founder of Swell the Agency and the producer and host of the Global Wellness Summit's podcast called Global Wellness Conversations. And guess who was a recent guest on the podcast? Yep, Belgin Aksoy herself. So don't forget to tune in. Speaking of which, it's my pleasure to introduce the co-founder, CEO, and chair of the Global Wellness Institute and the Global Wellness Summit, Susie Ellis. She can rightly be called the godmother of spa business for her work identifying the global wellness economy. Susie and I met way back in the late 80s in nursery school, and she was a fitness expert then. Since that time, she's used an MBA to really focus on research and to take wellness to the next level. She's rightly known as a wellness trend expert worldwide. She serves on lots of boards, including the Aspen Brain Institute, and she also is a member of the World Economic Forum's Accelerating Health and Wellness Initiative. Please help us welcome Susie Ellis for her very special message for Global Wellness Day.
Well, happy Global Wellness Day and congratulations to Belgin on this anniversary of 10 years of Global Wellness Days. I remember the first ones from many years ago, and it's just fantastic what she has done and what all of us are able to do once a year on Global Wellness Day. So I'm Susie Ellis. I'm Chairman and CEO of the Global Wellness Summit and the Global Wellness Institute. So I'm all about global wellness, and so I'm right there with Belgin about helping provide wellness for all. I really like the manifesto. It's simple and it really hits all the points. And the first one, walking for an hour. I am so blessed to have, first of all, a great place to walk because I live in Miami and I live near the water. So, you know, walking near the water is great, but I also have a dog. And so Peaches, the dog, she's a Welsh Terrier, has helped me to be very regular with my walks because she has to go out 3 times a day, and we don't walk every time, but I have learned to make walking a part of my day every day. And actually, I have to say, I do a little bit of a run walk. I used to run when I was much younger. I even ran a couple of marathons. But actually, the second marathon I ran, I think I was in my 20s, maybe early 30s. When I crossed the finish line, I thought, I think this is enough for my body. I did not feel that it was really all that good for my bones and my knees and so on. So I didn't run long distance after that, but I still enjoyed a little bit of running. So I do get out, I would say, for about an hour. And it's the fresh air too, especially when you're near the ocean. Fresh air, it's awfully good for you. So, the other pieces of the manifesto, parts of the manifesto, drinking water, eating healthy foods, going to sleep early, they really line up with what I have learned over the years. I mean, I've been very lucky to be in the wellness arena for, 4 decades, most of my life. And so I've learned a lot along the way. But most recently, what I have found very interesting is that I've learned more about functional medicine. And these are medical doctors who do a bit more, spend a little bit more time with patients and really get to the root causes of whatever might be going on. And I, for example, have had skin problems in my life. And, yes, that, I've gotten some doctors to give me things that would clear it up. But getting to the root cause was, a longer journey. And yes, drinking water and maybe even drinking warm water in the morning. I learned that when I was at Vana in India at a retreat. Every morning they gave us warm water to drink, and it just felt like it was really nourishing for my body. So I still do that even to this day. First thing in the morning, I get up and I, boil some water. I add some cold water, and then I have this warm water that I take. And I've also found some functional medicine doctors who have helped me with my food. And in particular, I do take some supplements that, help me. I've been low on vitamin D, so I need to eat more vitamin D rich foods and healthy foods in general. I'm very lucky. I live near a Whole Foods, which here in the U.S. is a very well-known place that has, a lot of organic and just healthier options. So, I'm pretty good, although I'm not perfect with my eating. I have to say, I do like to, enjoy a glass of wine now and then, maybe once a week. And I do, like to have a few sweets. And so, as they say, everything in moderation, including moderation. So that's my eating and exercise plan. My most favorite points in this manifesto is have a family dinner with loved ones. I have learned that over the years that family and friends are so important. And it's taken me a while to learn that. But the more challenges I have gone through, the more I have learned that I have to rely on other people to speak with, to give me advice, to share with, to feel loved, to love them. And so I now make a lot more efforts to have family dinner with loved ones. But my family is much more than just my, close family. I do have a twin sister, so I visit her a fair amount. She lives in Austin, Texas, and she and I travel together. And so we do have a fair amount of time together, but she's not near me because I live in Miami. So I make more of an effort. I went recently to an event which was so fulfilling in terms of family, because it was my extended family. It was a 100th birthday celebration for Deborah Zeke, who was the founder of the Golden Door and Rancho La Puerta. And she is considered, for those of you in the wellness world probably know her, sort of the godmother of spa and wellness. And she is indeed, because she started Rancho La Puerta in 1940. And that's a long time ago. And she was such a pioneer. And now she is 100 years old. So I went to the celebration. There were thousands of people there. She and I have been friends for years. And so I was so fulfilled with all the people that I was able to see. I visited with my granddaughter before that because she lives in Pasadena. And so and Katrine, my sister, flew out to do the celebration with me. So I just was filled with 5 days of family, family, family. And, that's just really a way to wellness, maybe more so even in terms of not just what you're eating and exercising, but having that love from family and friends is, I have found probably of this whole list of things to be number one of importance to me. Beyond just the, manifesto points of exercise and, water and eating and so on, that Belden really added some very important aspects for us to be challenged to extend this great Global Wellness Day inspiration for the rest of the year. And I just made a note of the ones that she mentioned because I really thought they were all great. Using the right words, simplifying your life, being open to different experiences, and sharing the goodness. Those are really all great. And I think using the right words, that I've learned over the years is very important. And she has some very good examples of that. So most of them are positive words and encouraging words. Simplifying your life, I think, probably resonated the most because, when you get a little older, you just keep accumulating and accumulating. And so getting rid of things, giving them away, and saying no to things like, I don't always say yes to going out. I say no so I can go to bed earlier or just, simpler. I think that's another great tip. Being open to different experiences. Yes, I'm not so great at that, I would say. I'm not adventuresome when it comes to eating, but different experiences, yes, I'm going to be in Tel Aviv this year because we're doing our Global Wellness Summit there, and that's new. And so that does get me very excited to see new things. And then sharing the goodness. Oh, well, yes, for sure. Sharing, with others. I mean, it's just not fun if you're not sharing the positive things in your life. So I just really applaud Belden for adding these to Global Wellness Day. I think it makes Global Wellness Day more than a day. It makes it Global Wellness Day every day. A final perspective that I'd like to share is, when I was at Rancho La Puerta and we were celebrating Deborah Zakey's 100th birthday, there was a Q&A with her, and somebody asked her about what kinds of fads she's seen, come and go over the 100 years, and what she said, which really touched me, is she said, we were a fad when we started. The whole idea of going away and working on your breathing and exercising, we were actually called a cult when Rancho La Puerta was opened in 1940. So we were the kooky, cult. But she said, since that time, what she realizes is that that's actually the core of what wellness is about, all the things they did. And so she said, we haven't changed much. And I do see that all the fads and things that have come and gone, they never were part of Rancho La Puerta. And I don't think they've really been part of my life either. I have not chased diets. I've just, it's really simpler than many people think. It's healthy food, it's exercise, it's sunshine, going to bed early, loving people, letting them love you. It's, mental wellness. I think that's a part that I learned more about later in my life and has become very important, especially lately with the challenges that we're all living through. It's not just the physical. We have to really address the mental too. So I think the perspective is, we're so lucky to be in the wellness arena and to learn. And now more science gives us more understanding about things like sleep is also about circadian health and so on. So I'm just really lucky that I've been in this arena for 40 years, that I'm staying here. And so the perspective is kind of one of satisfaction that I was lucky to be in a place early on when I actually started working at the Golden Door that was very much about the fundamentals. And the fundamentals are really all you need. And so that's been a really satisfying way to have lived my life more and more as I've gotten older. So happy Global Wellness Day to everyone. And this year, I think we should make every day Global Wellness Day.
The most common disease throughout the world, the greatest danger facing mankind. Don't think we're talking about a new virus. The name of the most common health problem on Earth is depression, also known as unhappiness. Unhappiness is not a simple problem. It means sleeplessness, stress, poor nutrition, inactivity, obesity, and heart disease. If you think that scientists will solve this problem, then you're wrong, because the solution is in your hands. Millions of people need an inspiring beginning, and the name of that inspiration is Global Wellness Day. Global Wellness Day is a journey of self-discovery where you find that you can change your whole life. Global Wellness Day, which brings together exercise, healthy eating, and spiritual teachings, is a social platform that will raise awareness of well-being. It is a step that can ignite the flame of happiness. Let's change the world together.
Free as a bird in the sky, that is what you are. Breathe and you know you're alive. Feel the beat of your heart. My life is a crazy way of turning everything upside down. So move with the time that you have. The world will keep spinning round.
Really powerful, like this is my body and I am awesome. Everyone say I'm awesome. I am. Yes, you are. I am awesome.
It's Global Wellness Day.
Today is Global Wellness Day.
That is what you are. Breathe and you know you're alive. Feel the beat of your heart. My life is a crazy way of turning everything upside down. So move with the time that you have. The world will keep spinning round. Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play. Listen, I wanna be there with you no matter where you go. Life is a table for two and we're starting the show. And I'm gonna spread my wings and fly so high up above the clouds. You know that time doesn't wait for your dreams. We're living right here and now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine. Go out and play.
All right, well, time now to take
Bueno, tenemos una participación increíble y apenas va comenzando.
Every human being has a very unique thing.
2012 yılında çok basit bir merakla aslında Global Wellness Day dünyaya geldi. Global Wellness Day'i kutlamanın tek bir yolu yok.
This time is the right time, baby. You're the star and this is all about you. Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today.
Okay, welcome back. Now get ready for a highlight of our Global Wellness Day live stream. And that's a presentation by the godmother of spas, Deborah Zake. You know, Deborah can rightly be called a true pioneer in the balanced mind, body, spirit movement of our modern era. Deborah celebrated her 100th birthday on May 3rd of this year at Rancho La Puerta, the destination spa that she founded in Tecate, Mexico, with her late husband Edmund in 1940. She went on to open the Golden Door near San Diego, and since then has shared her wisdom with generations of wellness seekers. In fact, when it comes to the spa world, you'd be hard-pressed to find one of the original leaders who hasn't at some point or another worked with or for Deborah Zake, including me, and it was life-changing. At the century mark, Deborah's seen a lot of change and lots of wellness dreams come true. And she's still active. She speaks twice a week at the ranch, and she enjoys the arts regularly in her hometown of San Diego, California. As one might expect from Deborah, just this year, she published her latest book, 100 Lessons from a Grasshopper, and she'll be sharing some of its gems with us here today. Welcome, Deborah. We're all ears.
It's real fun for me to presenting to you my new book, 100 Lessons from a Grasshopper. All the different things I learned over the years at Rancho La Puerta, I put into little quotations. It's really fun to read. It was real fun to write. The perfect read for Global Wellness Day. Keep in mind that everything you do is either life-enhancing or life-diminishing. And it's really important that you know the difference. If anything is expected of you, do the best you can. God does the rest. When a door opens, never forget you must at least poke your nose in. Check it out. I guess the most important advice I can give you is remember every day and often throughout the day, say thank you to every force you believe in. Never forget that every failure gives you the opportunity to learn something new. I guess my secret advice, really important, is have a couch in your office and take a nap when you need to. You'll get twice as much work done. Trust your instincts. Make it your job to figure things out. Stay flexible in the head as well as in the body. Flexibility is a key to learning. Your best investment is in your health. Nothing pays greater dividend. Do right by your inner voice, and your inner voice will do right by you. And I'm a testimony to that. I'm 100 years old, and I've always tried to do right, and right has been done for me. The greatest delight is achieving the goal of making a difference. That's what we all want to do. We want our life to count. We want our life to make a difference. What else is life about than the opportunity to learn, to grow, to get a bit wiser day by day? Before I leave you, I want to thank Belgium. I was at the meeting when she proposed Global Wellness Day. She should be so proud of this wonderful achievement. The world recognizing wellness for something everyone can achieve.
Welcome back. Well, you know, it's like old home week for me today at the live stream. Next up is Roberto Arjona, the CEO of Rancho La Puerta in Tecate, Mexico. You know, I work with Roberto on the board of the Green Spa Network, now known as GSN Planet, and I can personally vouch for his passion for sustainability and workplace wellness. Roberto's responsible for the ranch's 400 employees. He also oversees their gorgeous organic gardens and their amazing mind, body, spirit programs. You know, he sets the example locally by promoting energy conservation and eco-friendly business practices, not only at the ranch, but in their community of Tecate. Please welcome Roberto Arjona as he talks to us today about the wellness lifestyle.
Living well. What does it mean to live well? Of course, we all have our own ideas of what living well is. In my time here at the ranch, being surrounded by nature, walking around this beautiful oak grove, makes me reflect on what living well is for me. Understanding your philosophy of life, your values, your family values, I believe is the way in which we can live a well life. In understanding that every decision we make should be made with those values in mind, understanding that our business, the business of healing people, is a satisfying way to give back to the people, to give back to the planet, and that financial success and success as a whole shouldn't be what drives us. Rather, our commitment to people, our commitment to life, our commitment to living well should be the driving force. I believe if we do that well, financial success will come. Other success, however you choose to define it, will come. But all guided by the principles that a human being has and should follow throughout his and her life. My next thought is where to live. If we want to live a well life, where do we live? Identify where to live becomes a very important question. Living on the outskirts of a big city, living in the city, but where community makes up the fabric of that well life, where the community, the parks around the community, nature near the community, all of that is important to identify and to plan. It's almost like a life plan where you figure out where you want to live, where you feel strong, where there's that group of people that embrace you, that community, that family. And then the inside of your home, what it looks like, what it feels like, what components of your home will help you live better. Natural materials, maybe it's a wooden floor, maybe it's a natural plaster, maybe it's air filtration and lighting. Maybe you have a beautiful window that opens up to a park, or you have plants outside. But I think it's important to identify that. We are fortunate at home to have a little bit of that, and we understand that not every environment is the same. But I believe community, natural light, natural spaces, all of that needs to come together and join your philosophy of your life, join your values, so you can take the next step. So with these two thoughts, then what's left in my mind is how does it all come together for the well-being of the person and the well-being of the planet. And again, I believe that if we understand our philosophy and our values, I believe that if we find the right environment for us to live and thrive, then it all sort of comes together. Then happiness, health, the well-being of our family, of people, the well-being of the planet, then it all comes together. But I have to say that in order to do that, we do want to think hard into what kind of life do we want to lead. We do want to think hard about what our values are, what drives us, why do we wake up every morning, and what is it that we want out of it. And defining that and living it on a daily basis, I think brings it all together. I think brings, in my mind, at the end of the day, we can define well-being however we want to define it, but it is how we live it that will ultimately make the difference for ourselves, for our family, and for our community. And those are my thoughts. And just a few final words to thank all of the people out there in the world, in the different countries, in the different cities, in the different towns, for your support for Global Wellness Day. Happy Global Wellness Day from Rancho La Puerta, Tecate, Baja California, Roberto Arjona.
It's Global Wellness Day!
Today is Global Wellness Day and Daybreaker.
I am awesome. Everyone say I'm awesome.
I am!
Yes, you are. I am awesome.
I say yes!
Welcome back. Next up, we have the very enthusiastic and talented supporter of Global Wellness Day, Andrew Seeley, a yoga artist and movement creator. Andrew grew up on the beautiful island of Barbados, and he studied microbiology at university. Later, he graduated with honors from the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. He says his deep curiosity about body mechanics and human potential set him on the path to become the devout and inspiring yogi he is today. And have you heard of the popular fitness clothing line Alo Yoga? It described itself as the most technologically advanced yoga clothing company in the world, designed to inspire mindful movement. Guess who one of their lead instructors is? Andrew Seeley. You can find his series of classes like Be Brave, Be Kind, Be Balanced, all at allomoves.com. But for now, let's join Andrew as he leads us in a much needed earth healing meditation.
Blessings, Global Wellness fam. For this Global Wellness, I wanted to bring something very special to you, a little taste of Costa Rica, a little taste of sound healing, and a little taste of meditation. I hope that you enjoy this next 15 minutes and it brings you to a state of bliss within your presence that allows you to realize that moments like this really do exist. And this is the reason that we're all together, fully experiencing global wellness wherever we are, fully embodying this sense of being together as a wellness collective, no matter where we are in this world. Blessings to you and enjoy this meditation. This is a morning practice that I enjoy doing as soon as I wake up and also before I go to bed, just to get the body open, to get the body relaxed, and most importantly, to keep you in tune. So we've got the one and only Crystal here who's going to be guiding us through a wonderful sound bowl journey as I guide you through this fluid flow. You're right. You come into a comfortable seat where your spine can be upright. As you rise in this comfortable seat, really feel the lift of your chest. Bring your palms face open onto your knees. Utilize this length of your spine to create even more space through your midline. As you lift your chest, bring your palms onto your knees and take some big circles here. These are called Sufi rolls, really bringing more movement into the spine. Relaxing your hips, Getting a deeper awareness in this relationship of your breath and your body. Nice deep inhale. Brings you back through center. Go ahead and lift your feet. Maybe you can bring your hands to your big toes. Extend the legs forward. Take a deep inhale. Find balance for 3 deep breaths. Really lifting through your heart. Finding the connection of your tailbone to the earth. Finding that grounded sensation. If you fall back, it's all good. You can get back in. Take your time to breathe into the beauty that is much deeper than your skin. It's all good. Nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, go ahead and cross your legs in the opposite direction. Bring the hands onto the knees. Take a deep inhale here. Let's go ahead and circle now in the opposite direction. Opening up through the lower back. Diving deeper into your breath. Breathing fresh oxygen all the way up your spine. Taking your time to breathe into your midline. Nice deep inhale here. Go ahead and bring your feet together. The soles of your feet come together. Your hands come to clasp over your feet. I like to bring my first finger and thumb together and just find a little simple waddle side to side. Really opening up through the midline, lifting the chest here. Pressing into the feet, find a lift as you draw the shoulder blades onto the back body. As you exhale, elbows go forward, relax your head and your neck. Maybe your hands reach forward. Just relaxing your body here, coming into this nice forward fold. Feeling the length of your neck, your cervical spine. Breathing more oxygen into your midline here. Breathe in happiness and love, and let fear disappear. You come back into your original state of bliss. Go ahead and inhale, rise to a comfortable seat. Whatever seat feels best for you, you can take Siddhasana, bringing one foot on top of the other. You can take lotus pose. You can even just sit in a comfortable style, even on a pillow, if that works best for you. We're going to find a nice seat for meditation, allowing the palms to be face up. You can bring your first finger and thumb together in representation of the ego being stomped out by that which is the universal consciousness. That connection of the two is that simple feeling, touch. Make your touch so light that you can feel the air in between your fingers. Allow your eyes to be soft, focused on your internal nature. I invite you to close your eyes fully. Really find that space within yourself that is light. Focus your gaze on the spot in between your eyebrows. Find length through your spine. As you focus on your breath and quiet your mind. Allowing the reverberation of the sound bowls to bring you a space of tranquility, a space of peace, a space of harmony. Just allowing the breath to ride in all the way up your spine, the crown of your head. Exhale, allow the breath to empty out all belly. Feeling these slight sensations. Coming back to your breath. Simplicity of inhalation. See what it feels like to sit and find stillness within. Let go of any expectation. Let go of any obligation. Just be here, centered in your presence. Centered in the space that is your heart. It allows you to connect to your truest heart. Breathe into your heart even more. Feel your heart expand. As if at the center of your heart, a small golden ball filled with light. Expanding with your awareness. Open your chest. Create even more space. For you to realize that you're blessed to be right here, right now. Allow that golden light to shine beyond your heart, to expand into an orb that is larger than your body. As that golden light continues to expand, perhaps stretch out the whole room, filling the room that you're in with light, heartfelt intention that literally transforms this dimension. You expand that golden light even more. I want you to send this loving energy to the earth. Pachamama, Gaia, Tierra, our nourishment, our support. As the earth has been going through numerous changes, as humans have consistently continued upon this journey, we have the opportunity to give back. Even if that give back is just a simple conscious moment of gratitude. Next inhale, allow your arms to reach up, gathering in all of that golden light and drawing it right back to your heart center. 2 more deep breaths, really feeling the expansion of the arms, gathering in all that light, reaching up, breathing up, lengthening up, and drawing it right to your heart center. Deepest breath you've taken all day. Really feel the extension of the arms, feel the openness of the palms. As you reach up, gather that light and draw it right to your heart center. As you feel the palms rest at your heart, lift your heart into your hands and feel the power that you have to positively influence that which is your reality, and thus that which is your community, and thus that which is the world. Remind yourself of the intention that you set at the beginning of class. Let's take a deep inhale together. Exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale to energize this intention with one sound of Om. Deep inhale to the tops of your lungs. And you continue to share this feeling with those who you love as we continue to uplift and rise above. Blessings and namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you, Crystal.
Okay, next up on our program is the holistic wellness expert, Kimberly Snyder. Kimberly is a New York Times best-selling author of 6 different books and the founder of the healthy lifestyle brand Soluna. She also hosts her top-rated audio show, the Feel Good podcast. Kimberly's worked with dozens of celebs, from Drew Barrymore to Reese Witherspoon, in helping them feel their best. I just heard Kimberly speak at the Women in Leadership Summit a few months ago in Orange County, California. And you know what? She changed my life. She encouraged me that before I grab that latte first thing in the morning, I should instead drink some hot water with fresh lemon. So thanks for that, Kimberly. Now let's join her as she discusses finding true wellness within, 5 practical ways to hone your intuition, create flow in your food and other life decisions.
Welcome everyone and happy Global Wellness Day. I am so excited and honored to be here with you today. My name is Kimberly Snyder and I'm a New York Times bestselling author. I have a new book out called You Are More Than You Think You Are. And I'm also a holistic wellness expert. And today I want to focus on our topic, which is how to find true wellness from within. And wellness can feel like a little bit ambiguous, can feel a little bit confusing, but it's really more broad. I believe it's a lot more holistic than just numbers, such as how much you weigh or how many hours you work out in a week or how many calories you're burning or all this quantitative analysis. To me, true wellness is about harmony and it's about deep, deep self-connection. So the aspect of finding harmony or finding wellness from within is honing your own intuition. And so this is an aspect of wellness that I have seen over the years in being a nutritionist, being a meditation teacher, working with hundreds and hundreds of people, from top celebrities to everyday people like you and me, busy moms, students, so on and so forth. And what I have found is the power of intuition cannot be overestimated. So again, wellness is really about inner harmony. So that means that since each of us is unique, what is right for each of us, how we are meant to eat, how we are meant to take care of ourselves, the lifestyle that we are meant to follow, the relationships that serve us to the highest degree is a very unique thing. So that, coupled with the fact that we live in a very noisy world, I don't need to tell you that. There's a lot of information coming at us all the time from the media and social media and alerts and apps and our friends and a million different things. It can become very confusing about what to do. Something as simple as what to eat, the statistics on the confusion around dieting and the fact that it continues to grow globally, billions and billions and billions of dollars, points to the fact that most all of us have lost that deep connection to our intuition. So in working with all these different clients over the years, I have found that teaching people more and more about honing this very important skill is a huge aspect of growing not only our health, our vitality, our true wellness, and our peace and our joy. Because wellness is not just the physical body, it's also our mental well-being, our emotional well-being, and our spiritual well-being, which I define as our connection to the true self, to who we are beyond the fear and the mind chatter. So really what my new book is about is connecting to the true self. So let's explain what that means for a moment, because it's connected to wellness. It's connected to harmony. It's connected to all the things that we want in life. The ego, or the shell of who we are, is out here. It's sensing the external world through our peripheral nervous system, through the 5 senses. So if we're always living and all our attention is flowing out through these senses, we get a lot of conflicting and confusing information all the time. And what this does when we live in a state of constant confusion and constant sort of just looking around, our nervous systems get imbalanced and there's more inflammation in our bodies. We tend to age faster. There's just massive confusion. Our peace levels go down, and even dysbiosis in the gut can occur, impaired digestion. It can be a contributing factor to autoimmune conditions and so many other things, not to mention fatigue and just chronically feeling anxiety increasing, or on the other end, slothfulness and depression. So what we want to do is create more of that inner harmony. And the way that we do that means that we create more of a flow experience in life, where we can take all this information that our peripheral nervous system is sensing, and we bring it through this filter known as intuition. And then we are guided more in life. We feel more confident in what we're doing. We're not always second guessing ourselves. And we're coming from this place of what is right for me, which may not be the right thing for your best friend or your neighbor or someone you're following on Instagram or whatever it is, right? So there's this individual aspect of wellness that's so important to address. And when we become more harmonious and well within ourselves, we're able to serve more, we're able to love more, we're able to be more efficient and productive in our work, and more creative. And so it really does expand from the inside out. Our lives shift from the inside out, and our ability to make a positive difference in the world is created from the inside out. So as I mentioned earlier, the ego, which is the fear and the mind chatter, is not necessarily bad per se. Our egos try to protect us in a way, but if all our attention is flowing outward, we tend to be in that confused state on a chronic long-term basis. So what we want to do is we want to put some of this attention in a conscious way and flow our energy back inward into our central nervous system, into our gut, into our hearts, where we can discern what is best for us. So our central nervous system is our spinal column, and it is our brain. So now I'm going to talk about 5 specific practical ways that you can start to really hone this inner voice, or what the great yoga guru Paramahansa Yogananda, who brought yoga to the West, calls the infallible counsel of the inner voice. And from this place, we tend to make better decisions. Again, we get more into that flow state. Instead of depleting energy, we start to build it, and everything in our life starts to shift from the inside out. You ready? Okay, so my first practical tip is to tune into the wisdom of your body. So the mental chatter is literally happening up here with all the racing thoughts, the thousands of thoughts that we think all the time. And if we try to just make decisions, including about which diet to follow or what you're supposed to make for lunch, from this very mental place, it can be very disconnected to what is right for you personally. So what you want to do as you're reading something, it could be a chart, it could be information on a piece of paper on a screen, is you want to tune in to your body's wisdom. It could be something that someone says. It could be making the decision about whether to go on a second date with someone. I mean, the possibilities are endless. So when the mind gets confused, the ego gets confused, drop into your body. And what I like to do for this practice is just put one hand on my heart, one hand on my belly, and breathe down and see, is there a tightening sensation in your body? Is there butterflies? Is there something that just feels off kilter? Or do you feel open and expansive? Do you feel like your body is drawing you towards a certain decision? Whether it's like, oh, should I eat a hot soup for lunch today? Or should I have a cold salad, right? So it's really feeling what your body is telling you through tightening or loosening or all sorts of cues, and you can become aware more and more of the language of your body the more you start to tune in. So number 2 is, and I especially recommend this before you make any important decisions. Number 2 is to stay open and to start to go beyond rigidity about your likes and your dislikes and your preconceived notions. Now, this is a very important aspect that's talked about in the Vedic texts, including the Bhagavad Gita, these ancient texts that come from India that teach us about lifestyle. They teach us about how to win the battle of the mind, so to speak, how to go past fear and into love and expansion. So if we get really set in, no, I can't eat any carbs, I can never eat bread, or I just don't like this, or I don't like that, we close ourselves off to the infinite possibilities, including ones that may be the right choice for us. So in chapter 11 of this book, which is called You Are an Intuitive Body, I'll give you a little personal example about when I met my husband, who was completely different than everybody I had ever met and ate very differently than me and is completely covered in tattoos. And I'd come out of a period of a lot more connection inside, so that when I met him, I didn't go right by him, which would have been a terrible travesty. I could tune into his energy and his heart. And sometimes we really do block ourselves if we're so set and we're so rigid. So on a daily basis, start to practice more observing versus judging. Unless your opinion is really needed, try to pull back and just witness and observe more. And that teaches us to be more open and to go beyond our own blocks and open us up to the best path for us. Number 3, notice hurry mode. Hurry mode is of the ego, and it's really coming from lack. I don't have enough time. I have to rush through this meal. I have to walk fast. I have to answer these emails fast. Start to notice if your speech gets fast and your actions start to get fast. You're just trying to get on to the next thing. When we're rushing, we're coming from that egoic place, and we're not coming from the deep, more balanced, harmonious energy of the true self from intuition. So remind yourself, if you start to notice that fast, I gotta do more, that is lack. That's the opposite of abundance. That's the opposite of harmony. And it's the opposite of what we want to create, which is true wellness from within. When we come from this place of intuition and moving in flow, we do not need to hurry. We do not need to rush. We don't need to cram more in, because we tend to be more productive with actually doing less. And it's a very, very powerful way to live life. So start to notice, I gotta, decide what to eat really fast. I gotta just make something really fast, and start to slow down, take some deep breaths, and remind yourself that you do not need to hurry. You just need to reset and come into more of a flow state. And now number 4 is to create more stillness in your life. And stillness and silence is something that we have to consciously carve out and create. It is not something that's going to be handed to us in this very busy world. So these are very practical boundaries that you need to set. So for me, that includes batching times I'm on social media. I don't let alerts come in, dribble into my phone all the time, which pulls me off my focus or makes me compare maybe what I'm eating or what I'm doing to someone else. You want to go on social media, let's say 8 to 8:15, 12 to 12:10, whatever, set times, so that the rest of the time you can listen more to your inner voice and get out of all that peripheral nervous system, constantly looking around with the senses, which again, over time adds to many different issues, from confusion all the way up to self-esteem issues, body dysmorphia, and so on and so forth. So we really want to create more stillness. Again, you can batch social media, regular media, even texts. I batch, I answer a bunch at once. And I go on a walk every day where I don't have my phone on, or it's on airplane mode. So I have it if there's an emergency, but there isn't things coming at me all the time. And I find that stillness time invaluable in coming up with your best ideas, feeling your own voice being able to speak to you across your life. Again, whether it's in relationships or your work or lifestyle shifts or how to eat and so on and so forth. And my 5th and final and perhaps most important tip is to meditate. So meditation is the ultimate taking the senses and taking that attention that's always flowing out here through the senses into the world and tuning it into your central nervous system. So yoga and true meditation is really about union. So it's about union with you and the universe, spirit, source, whatever word you want to use. And it's a very powerful way. It's the most powerful way to really develop that connection to your heart, to your intuition. So what I recommend is making it a regular part of your life. You can start with the morning or any time that feels good to you, but make it consistent. And the more that you get into this practice, the more the benefits increase so much. It's made such a big difference in my life, which is why I'm so passionate about it. It's created so much more clarity for me in my relationships, as I mentioned, and also how to eat, how to exercise, which I tend to shift a little bit seasonally, and so on and so forth. So I offer a whole library of free guided meditations in the method I've developed called the Practical Enlightenment Meditation Method, which you can check out on our free Soluna app if you'd like to find a method that is effective for that inner connection where I can guide you through. So it's been such an honor to be here with you today for Global Wellness Day. And I hope this gave you some practical inspiration on how to create more of that beautiful inner wellness, which is available to all of us. We just need to really be stewards of our own energy. We need to put in those healthy boundaries and follow some of these practical tools and practices on a regular basis. And then that inner connection builds, intuition builds, confusion and fear go down, and then your whole life will expand to become truly more well, healthy, peaceful, and joyful. So thank you again so much. Once again, my name is Kimberly Snyder, sending you so much love and so much gratitude. Namaste.
Okay. Now please help me welcome an expert on a topic that is important to everyone on the planet, and that's food. Because you can't have wellness without the right nutrition. More and more, we're learning about the value to ourselves and to the planet of a plant-based diet. So we're thrilled today to welcome the world's leading plant-based chef, Matthew Kenny. Matthew is a graduate of the French Culinary Institute, and today he is the CEO of the groundbreaking restaurant and food company, Matthew Kenny Cuisine. He's authored 12 cookbooks and memoir. He founded the Future Food Institute. He has a restaurant not far from my house. But regardless of all that, the most important thing is that his food is not just nutritious and gorgeous, it is absolutely delicious. So join Matthew today as he shows us why it's smart to think magenta with beetroot.
Today we're making beets roasted with olive oil and balsamic vinegar, strawberry butter, and pink peppercorns. Have the beets here roasted, and we're going to reserve these juices that will be used in a couple of the garnishes, which I'll show in a moment. And while they're cooling, also have some strawberry puree, which is warming on the oven, and just going to whisk in a little bit of butter to this. Just do it slowly until it's creamy. And this is a Flora butter. It's a product that we use in some of our restaurants, quite versatile. Just be patient with this. You want it to be well emulsified. Just going to add a little bit more to that. Okay, so this is ready. I'm just going to set it aside for a moment. And now we're going to core the beets with this punch. Ideally, it works good the long way. And just going to push this through with the back of a spoon and lay them on this parchment. 4 of these, and I'm using pink beets and the typical red beet as well. Also trim the end a little bit if you want to. Just pull that off. But good to trim the ends if it's a little too dark. Get 2 more of those. Good to work on parchment because the beets can obviously create a little bit of a mess on your cutting board. That one's a little short, so I'm going to make another. So I have the beets, and now I'm going to start the plating process. Use a plate that has a little bit of contrast. I would not recommend using a white plate simply because the beets will bleed on the plate and end up not looking as nice. So we're just going to alternate the red and the pink beets. Season that with a little salt. And I'll give it a little bit of pink pepper as well. And I'm going to take some of the juices from the roasting, add it to the strawberries, and I also have a little bit of baby purple kale here. I'm going to add some juices to that before we massage it to break it down a little bit. So the fat and the olive oil and the warmth of your hands and a little bit of pressure will help soften that, make it a little palatable, easier to chew and eat. So just gently do that. A lot of it comes from the warmth of your hand, breaking down the fiber a little bit. You could do this with a regular kale salad as well. It's not quite as chewy and harsh. It absorbs the dressing a lot more. And then we have our strawberries. Grab another spoon. So the first thing will be to spoon a few of these strawberries over. And I want to get some of the juices as well, so I'm going to just let that all run together a little bit. And then we'll take our kale. Don't have to force it or try to make it perfectly arranged. Everything here is so colorful that you really don't have to worry about how it's going to look. Just try not to get too messy. Keep all the components tight so that with every bite you get to experience it all together. And then we have some flowers and a little bit of watercress. Again, keeping it all sort of tight and natural looking. And then just a couple of these beautiful pink flowers. Breaking it up a little, you don't want it whole mouthful of that. So you can see it's quite colorful. Then I'm going to add the strawberry butter. Actually, first I'm going to add the pink peppercorn. Tiny bit of salt on the greens. You can also season them when they're being dressed. And then a generous amount of this strawberry butter, relatively close but not on the product. Just make it look a little bit abstract, it's totally fine. So there are roasted pink and red beets, watercress, purple kale, baby purple kale, strawberry butter, a little bit of fresh strawberry, and of course the cooking liquid from the balsamic and olive oil.
The main objective of Global Wellness Day is to show the humanity that wellness is not a luxury but a necessity, the right of every individual. The fundamental purpose of Global Wellness Day is to make us aware of the value of our lives, to bring together the nations in an inspiring mission on the second Saturday of June every year.
Welcome back to the Global Wellness Day live stream. You're in for a treat now because it's my pleasure to introduce the amazingly talented Louis Schwartzberg. Louis is a cinematographer, director, and producer who spent his career providing breathtaking imagery using his own time-lapse, high-speed, and macro techniques for cinematography. He's described as a visual artist who breaks barriers, connects with audiences, and tells stories that celebrate life and reveal the mysteries and wisdom of nature, people, and places. You know, I first met Louis at the Global Wellness Summit because he's generous enough to provide his moving pictures to open every morning of each live in-person Global Wellness Summit. It's unforgettable. But maybe you've seen some of his award-winning films like Moving Art on Netflix, Wings of Life, narrated by Meryl Streep, or Mysteries of the Unseen World on Nat Geo, narrated by Forrest Whitaker. I can't forget his Soarin' Around the World video that rocked me the first time I saw it at a Disney theme park. And if you don't do anything else after this broadcast, please watch Louie's Fantastic Fungi on Netflix. You'll never look at mushrooms or the earth, for that matter, in quite the same way. Now let's welcome Louie as he talks to us today about the beauty of pollination. Well, everyone, we've made it the way around. Our 3-hour Global Wellness Day live stream is coming to an end. And it is my honor and privilege to introduce my good friend and the hero and founder of Global Wellness Day, Belgin Aksoy. You know, Belgin lives by her mantra that one day can change your whole life. I met her back in 2013. She told me of her dream. She said she'd been through an illness. Now she appreciated wellness more than ever. She felt it was her mission to make wellness the right, not a luxury, of every person on earth. And I'll tell you, it's been my privilege to be one of the 130 volunteer Global Wellness Day ambassadors, key supporters, and advisors who in just 10 short years since I've heard of Global Wellness Day made the celebration grow from one place in one country to over 7,000 locations in 6 different continents. Talk about a dream come true. So this is Kim Marshall signing off from Los Angeles, handing the show over to our hero, Belgin Aksoy, and saying, Happy Global Wellness Day 2022, hashtag Think Magenta.
Global Wellness Day ambassadors and wellness lovers all over the world, wellness volunteers and everyone who celebrates Global Wellness Day wholeheartedly. My sincere thanks to you all. This is not a closing speech. It's actually an opening message. Every year, 1 week before the second Saturday of June, I experience the same things. First of all, I'm all agog to see what will happen across the globe on Global Wellness Day. Global Wellness Day energy keeps me awake. If I can get some sleep, I dream about the celebrations. And year after year, memories, celebration stories, volunteers, projects, people I have met, people I will never have the chance to meet, lives we have touched, all go through my mind. I embarked on this journey 11 years ago, alone. Today, together with Global Wellness Day ambassadors and key supporters, 500 million people around the world celebrate Global Wellness Day. And every step we took on this road that stretches from 1 person to 500 million people, it passes before my eyes like a film strip. The celebration day of Global Wellness Day is always almost the same. However, each Global Wellness Day is different for me. As participation grows, so does our excitement and happiness. And there is something I've been saying since day one. Wellness is not a luxury. It is the inherent right of every individual. And living well is the most basic right of 8 billion people. Global Wellness Day ambassadors and volunteers are doing really outstanding and meaningful work on this special day. And every year I feel that we are getting closer to the purpose of existence of Global Wellness Day, and that makes me extremely happy. Of course, we still have a long way to go and a lot to do. However, I can confidently say we succeeded. Together we have brought the world a Global Wellness Day to celebrate. Me, you, we did this together. I don't know if there is another day that brings together 500 million people in such a heartfelt and sincere manner without any commercial purpose. However, I'm sure of this. In the future, we will celebrate Global Wellness Day together with the entire world population. At this point, I want to send my closing message to the United Nations, and I want to turn it into an opening message. Global Wellness Day has already been recognized around the world. It's engraved in our hearts. It's in the hands of the United Nations to include Global Wellness Day into the official calendar. Our wish, expectation, and the reason of all our efforts is to give the Global Wellness Day volunteers and next generations their due, who are working tirelessly to spread wellness all over the world. The world needs Global Wellness Day, and more than ever before, today, tomorrow, and always, we are together for a better world. Stay with love and be well.